This is section 7.1, a couple of the word problems I'm going to do. This is going to be the first one. It says, Sarah blends coffee for a tasty delight. She needs to prepare 140 pounds of blended coffee selling for $4.29 per pound. Okay, so that's what this part right here deals with. That's what it has to do with how many pounds and how much she sells it for right here. This has to do with the cost of the coffee. She plans to do this by blending together a high-quality bean, which costs $5.25 per pound. So that's why it costs 5.25 times X. And a cheaper bean that costs $3 per pound. That's my Y. Okay, so first of all, we know we have to have 140 pounds. So X is the number of pounds of the first coffee. Y is the number of pounds of the second coffee. And that adds up to 140. This has to do with the cost of the beans. The higher quality beans, which is $5.25 per pound, times X, that's the cost of that bean. The other bean is $3 per pound times how many pounds of that one, and that should be equal to the total cost of the new mixture. Okay, so this is my system of linear equations. I labeled this equation 1 and this equation 2. There's a couple different methods you could do to solve this. Some algebraic methods is the addition method, which is also called the elimination method. And the other way is the substitution method. You could do whichever way you prefer. I decided to do the addition, which is always also called the elimination method. Okay, so to do that, I decided to make these opposites. So to do that, I multiplied this equation, this whole thing, by negative 5.25. So negative 5.25 times X, negative 5.25 times Y, and negative 5.25 times 140 gives me negative 735. And I add to this equation. Now the reason why I multiply it is because I want these to be opposites so that I can eliminate my X. Okay, so I went ahead and add these together. I get no X's, negative 2.25Y. If I add these together, I get negative 134.4. If I want to solve for Y, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2.25. And I get this really messy number. For this one, if you look up here, they want you to round to the nearest pound. Oh, I'm sorry, that's this one. So if I round this up to the nearest pound, that's 60. Okay, now we're going to go back up on the other one. Okay, I use this first equation. I just rewrote it down here. I plugged in 60 for Y, and I subtracted X from both sides. I'm sorry, I subtracted 60 from both sides, and I get X is equal to 80. So let me do that one more time here. So I took this first equation here, I plugged in 60 for Y, and then I solved for X. So I should have 80 pounds of the high quality bean and 60 pounds of the cheaper bean.